Some people may recognise this registration. A lot of my friends will. My racing fraternity, as it will recognise this. It's a car that I bought in 2004. A lot of my mates have been asking, what's the current situation with the Westfield? And my reply was normally, I'm going to get it back on the road and sell it. Now, I know a lot of my mates will be on the floor holding their ribs and laughing because I've only been saying that for the last 12 years. The car's been parked up in a garage in Leeds on axle stands with a cover over the top since 2009. I last used it to go to Le Mans in it in northern France. And then I bought the TVR and it's sort of just left whimpering in a corner. Anyway, the recommissioning has commenced. Dave Aspen brought this over for me from Leeds to North Lincolnshire. I live in Saxby All Saints, which is just over the River Humber, about 6 miles from the bridge. And the commissioning has already started. As you can see, the body is off the car and it is now sort of nearly back together. This was a chassis back in whenever, January, and a lot of the reconstruction has gone on. Lots of things have been replaced, updated, cleaned, polished or whatever. Starting at the back, all the suspension's been refurbished. The suspension arms have been away for powder coating. The shockers have been to Protec for checking over, making sure the seals and valves are okay, and the replacement of the fluid oils inside. New carbon canister, drive shaft, as you can see down there, and the alley diff casing has all been defurred of rust and alley fur. The fuel injection system, which starts down here at the bottom of the tank, all the hoses have been replaced and the filters have been replaced. The main filter is just down here. And again, all this has been refurbished in here. The chassis itself has been cleaned with, not this coffee, but that's maintenance fluid in there, and has brought the chassis up really well considering it's been in a damp garage for the last, 10, 12 years. The fuel tanks looks brand new inside. When I took the lid off, I nearly gipped. The smell of the fuel in there reminds me of Foster's, and that's not a very nice drink. Anyway, all good, all completed at the back. As you can see, sort of panning round here, the aluminium uprights have been cleaned and resurfaced and looking quite nice actually. It's a shame I put a body over it and hide it. The only thing missing off the back of here really is, apart from the bodywork, is the mount. There's a mountings here and on the other side as well for the roll cage, which will be being put on later on. Moving up, and if you don't know the Westfield is basically a replica of a famous racing stroke sports car from the 50s, I think, something like that. In here, driver's seat, passenger seat on that side. Whether I'll get in the passenger seat is another thing. I've put a bit of timber on since I last drove it, so I'll have to get myself on a treadmill or something. I'll just drink more beer. Anyway, if you know Westfields, this section here, there's normally a thing called a scuttle. It's a carbon, sorry, it's not a carbon, it's a fiberglass composite material, as is the bodywork. Under there is basically the main wiring loom for the instruments, which you can see there, look, that's the clock, alarm system, and all the things associated with getting information about the car. Fuse boxes, and also the ECU for the engine management system for the actual engine. So moving around, as you can see, all the fuel lines coming from the back of the vehicle where the tank is, follows it round here, up the bulkhead, and this is the main fuel supply into the fuel injection system. Now the fuel injection systems, as has been, like the rest of the car, stripped down, cleaned. I sonic cleaned the injectors themselves, and then I took them to a local company that checked that they were working and the cone pattern was right and everything's fantastic. So happy days, Lake. The engine has not ran yet, however it has been turned over and I've got oil pressure, and as you can see from the deposits of oil in there, the system is working. Yeah, it's ready to go. Corrosion wise, I've been absolutely gobsmacked with the lack of. The only section really that's picked up any sort of rust is round this gusset here where it's been triangulated. Had a leak from the master cylinder of brake fluid, which has gone onto this area, pooled and just started eating the powder coating away. I mean, it's not particularly massive, but I'll take that off at some stage, rub that down and use a spray on powder coat to give it some protection. And but generally the chassis is in exceptional condition, considering that it was parked in a damp, cold garage on axle stands for, 10, 11, 12 years, not sure. But it's in mint condition. Well, not mint condition, but in superb condition. So it was a worry off my mind. Main thing is, structurally, it is absolutely spot on. So not much to do on that. I'll probably give it, as you see here, where the nose cone mounts, it's just wear and tear from it rubbing, and little holes here. Got a bit of surface corrosion around them. That's where the bodywork attaches to the chassis. So all in all, pretty good. You can see the catalytic converter there. Had a bit of fur on the engine mounts, but absolutely nothing. Really pleased with it. Coming round to the front, I put this on the front end on over the weekend, as with the rear suspension. So all the powder coating has been done by Dan at Scunthorpe Powder Coating. Really top quality, cheap as chips. The quality is nearly, it's on par with Triple S's powder coating. You guys will know Andy Russell's old company was really high in powder coating. Front end, another shout out to Austin. He basically let me raid his workshop and shot blast and I think it would bead blast the uprights, and they've come out absolutely fantastic. They've been coated in wax oil to give a bit of protection over the top. So yeah, really pleased with that. All the ball joints are all brand new. They're taking a bit of a toll since it was parked up and just rotted. So yeah, really pleased with that. And all the calipers have been refurbished. These are 4-pot Willwoods on the fronts. They've had new seals inside. The ones on the rear, which is on the floor at the moment, they need replenishing. No, that's not the word. They need refurbishing too, but pretty straightforward job. All the pistons move in and out. Everything mechanically is working soundly. So yeah, pretty good. Happy with that. Cleaned up all the aluminium hubs. They're in great condition. Whether it needs vented discs and 4-pot calipers on a road car, I don't know. But when I first bought it, I went mental with it. Did a good number of track days with it, so that it did come in handy. So as you see, yeah, all the powder coating's been done, anti-roll bar, etc. New track rod ends. The lights are being powder coated too. Those who'll know the car will remember that it used to be all chrome. It was a proper bling machine back in the day, but tastes have changed, and we've just toned it down a little bit, a bit like myself really. Okay, missing off the front because I had to clean out, didn't have to, but I cleaned out the radiator, which is oil radiator, which is there. So the oil remote system needs reinstalling. The actual remote filter is down there under the Tamora back box, which is where you should always have one, I guess. But that fits in this area here. And there's various cabling, various hoses, all the steel braided hose and braided ends. Braided hose and air equip ends are for the basically for the remote oil system. So that's an update so far. As you can see, just another caliper and hub to put on there. But generally, the thing's in absolute mint condition. That's a catalytic converter there going down. You know, it's just a pile of wires, etc. But yeah, not too far away. Hopefully, probably got about, I don't know, maybe a couple of 3 weekends. It looks like it's miles away, but a lot of the stuff is bolt and play, really. The bodywork, which you can see here, I'll be going over to Millennium Body Shop in Keighley. Matt Turner has painted all my cars. And don't worry, Matt, I will ring and book in rather than just turn up and say, I'll pick it up Sunday. So, yeah, that's the go on. But the thing is, once this is on, it looks nearly completed, but I'm probably 75% the way through it, 75%. A lot of the items, such as the cam covers that go on here and the plenum that goes on the top of the inlet, filter and the rest of it, is all really bolt and play. And so not too far away. The brake system's got to be bled yet. But you know, it's not exactly an hour's job or anything like that. So yeah, as you can see, looks like there's a lot to do. There isn't, but I guess there is. I was surprised how much time was taken up with the little jobs of assembly, just putting things back together, and you just think, yeah, oh, it's a 5-minute job, and then an afternoon's passing, you think, good job I did that, really. But I mean, had a lot of great times with this car. It's done 27,000 miles, engine's done 4,500. I've been all over Europe in this, France, Germany, Italy, Austria, Holland, and Holland, and did I say France? I think I did. But I've done lots of miles in this. Been up through the Alps in it. Myself and Steve Rose, a good mate of mine, we did the American tour in this. We had it shipped out to Austin, Texas, and then we drove all the way up to San Francisco in it over 3 or 4 weeks. We had a fantastic time. Been over the Golden Gate Bridge in this, been down Pacific Highway 1. So it's been a super reliable car. This engine will actually do 30 miles to the gallon. You know, of just touring. Get your foot into the carpet and you can get down to sort of 14 or 15. But as a car, you only use second and fifth. Second to start and then straight into fifth. It's got loads of torque, even though it's not a particularly high powered engine. It's only a couple of 100 horsepower. But I mean, it's got 180 foot-pounds of torque at tick over. So it just drags you down the road like a nutter. But it's been a supercar. Whether I sell it or not, I don't know. As soon as I drive it, I'll know. But I'm going to drive it over the summer. The plan is to get it ready for probably May time or something like that. Work at the moment is absolutely crazy. So I'm just biting at bits now. But as you can see, it's well on its way. So there we are. That's where we are with it. I'll give another update. As I say, I was going to take loads of photographs, but hey, why not? A bit of rattling on the camera and you get a better feel for it, really. And it's, yeah, I've really enjoyed it. I've sort of fallen out with messing about with cars. And, you know, I've just got the bug for it. And, yeah, looking forward to driving it this year. Right, that's it. Hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you understood me. And yeah, TTFN campers,